What's good, everybody? It is Superjjjet here, and we got another Resident Evil history video. Today, I am going to be talking about Claire Redfield, who is the other protagonist that we will be playing as in that new Resident Evil 2 remake that's about to drop in January. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. It's just I'm going to talk about basically her history, how she started, and when finished, when she last was premiered or shown. Let's talk about her life a little bit. So, Claire Redfield was born in the year 1979, and she actually grew up with her older brother, Chris Redfield. And because Chris Redfield actually joined the U.S. Air Force, she actually trained Claire of how to be like good with combat, hand-to-hand combat, and good with weaponry and all that. What is her first start? So we all know she started in Resident Evil 2, and this is where she went to Raccoon City to go look for her brother Chris, and that's where she ended up meeting Leon S. Kennedy because there was an outbreak of the T virus in Raccoon City, and then they both were gonna find a way to survive and escape Raccoon City. But during Resident Evil 2, Claire was actually trying to take care of this girl named Sherry Birkins, daughter of the main antagonist William Bergen. So she basically was trying to take care of her, and she was also got infected, and she wanted to find a cure for Sherry. So basically what Claire was doing in this game, she's basically trying to find a way to escape Raccoon City and also take care of this girl named Sherry Birkin. So after Resident Evil 2, Claire was still looking for her brother Chris, and she actually went to the Umbrella facility in Paris trying to go look for him and find out some information on what happened to him. And then she got captured and got taken to the Redfield Islands. When she got on the Rockford Prison Island, there was another outbreak that happened there. So when she ended up meeting Steve Burnside, and they actually tried to work together to escape the island. So during that time, she was actually trying to contact Leon because he works with the government, all that. He actually tried to contact Leon to tell him that we're in this island, try to contact Chris or everyone to seek our location. So once again, this is why I said before in the last video that Leon and Chris knew each other because of Claire was actually stuck in the island. So Leon actually contacted Chris to save Claire. So anyway, during the time they actually got an encounter with Alfred Ashford, who's been basically was tormenting them during the entire game, whatever, right? So when Claire and Steve tried to escape the island through plane, they actually got autopilot to Antarctica, where Alexia Ashford, the main antagonist of this game, was actually in cryogenic states for the last 15 years there. Chris actually got to Antarctica and managed to rescue Claire, but they got separated. But during that time, Claire actually found Steve that was actually infected with the Veronica virus that caused him to turn into a big ass monster, right? And he was about to kill Claire, but with his willpower, whatever you want to call it, he actually saved Claire. And when he saved Claire, he actually managed to die while doing that, and Steve actually confessed his love to her, which makes no sense whatsoever because they barely just met and all that stuff, but whatever, it's a video game, what the hell am I going to say about that? When Chris defeated Alexia Ashford after she got mutated, he was going to leave instantly with Claire, but Wesker actually tried to take her hostage, and he actually tried to kill Claire, but his better judgment said, I'm not here to kill Claire, he wanted to kill Chris. So whatever happened, they had Chris and Wesker had a combat, whatever the fuck, and obviously Chris lost that fight, and they actually escaped. So after Code Veronica, Claire actually went separate ways with Chris. Chris joined the BSAA, and Claire actually returned with Sherry while she was getting tested and see all this experience on her. Because you gotta admit she was infected and all this crap. So I understand that. So eventually Claire joined TerraSave, and TerraSave, this is the first time we actually hear something related to TerraSave. And this happened in the movie Resident Evil Degenerations. So she tried to meet a friend, Aunt Chabla, at the airport, and her niece Ronnie Chabla at the airport. Because they were friends, and they're also part of TerraSave. Then an outbreak happened in the airport. During the outbreak that happened in the airport, and she and Ronnie were, and a couple other people were the only survivors in the airport, and that's what they had to bring Leon and his whole squad basically, because basically he was in charge of it. I know they called him in, but let's be for real, Leon was basically the leader of that. So they called him in. They called him in to go rescue all the survivors that was in the airport. She was actually thinking that Curtis Miller might have been the terrorist behind the whole bullshit that happened in the airport. So she goes to Will's Pharma, and she finds out that the Will's Pharma is actually doing some research with the G virus. When she got hurt during the attack in Will's Pharma, she actually ended up meeting up with Leon again, and she gave Leon the gun, but instead of her like leaving the facility, she actually started wanting to help Leon fight Curtis. Well, not really fight, but help him like escape and all that stuff. So the next thing we actually see is in the year 2011. Well, this is what the game is actually based in 2011, because Revelations 2 came out in 2015. So in the year 2011, Claire was actually in a party at the TerraSafe headquarters alongside Maura Burton, the daughter of Barry Burton, and she's like joining TerraSafe. And doing all that, she actually got attacked in the TerraSafe facility. So Claire and Maura got captured and got a bracelet in their arms that was injected with the virus. And the whole thing they're trying to do is they're trying to escape the island. So when they were trying to escape the island, they actually did a distress signal, and they actually ended up contacting Barry Burton to go save Moira specifically. It was her voice, and he wanted to save his own daughter. So a bunch of TerraSafe members got captured, and they were actually making a plan to escape the island. So the entire time they were looking for Neil, one of the top people at TerraSafe, and they wanted to go look and see what was happening. Claire noticed that he betrayed TerraSafe, and he actually turned into a giant monster relating to the Ouroboros virus. So after Neil got defeated by Moira, they realized that Alex Wesker wants to become basically a new being, wants to become a god, basically. Same thing as Wesker, Same thing as Spencer and Wesker, whatever the fuck, right? So when Alex kills herself, the whole building that we're in caused self-destruct, and they were managing to escape, but Moira got trapped and got collapsed with a bunch of ceiling debris, and she couldn't escape. And Claire did escape. She ended up jumping off a building and landing in the middle of the ocean, where she got saved by the BSAA. So when Barry was actually going to go look for his daughter Moira, who got trapped there, 6 months later, Claire actually came back, and with an RPG helped Barry and Moira escape the island. And the last time we see Claire is in the year 2014 during the Resident Evil Heavenly Island, which is the manga that ties in between Resident Evil Revelations 2 and Umbrella Corps. Basically, this is between those 2 years, and this is set after Resident Evil 6. So, and this what happened is Claire and TerraSafe were dispatched to investigate an island that had to do related to BOWs. And around there, they do realize that there was a heavily mutated fish, and they realized that this was actually involved with Oswald Spencer back in the early 90s. During that, Claire actually ended up meeting a couple people that were part of the island survival show, Idle Survival, and they were trying to basically defend themselves against the rest of the BOWs. Then we realized that one of the people, her name was Julie, she was actually a double agent working for another pharmaceutical company, name of something I cannot pronounce, and she ended up wanted to get the final virus, and basically she was there to get a bunch of information about Umbrella and being taking a bunch of the viruses that were there. And she was also trying to take Claire and actually wanted to torture her. But anyway, after she got defeated and she lies, they actually ended up leaving the island. After all the situation happened, they actually ended up leaving the island basically. And that was it. That's basically Claire's entire history. And what I talk about usually in the end is about the relationships. And this is a hard one because Claire doesn't have relationships, to be exact. I mean, not that I've known her. Like, yes, people have her like shipping like Leon and shit, but I don't think she has a relationship, and they never really reference her being with a spouse or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe next time we see Claire or something, we might like not in the remake, but next like in another Resident Evil game, we'll find out what she did or if she's still working with TerraSave and all that. But that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys like it, I will do more. If not, I probably will stop doing this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm out. Deuces.